Juichiro, I want to start off with the style and look of the film, because by now many films are filmed digitally, like this camera, on our phones. You work with film, actual film, and is that because you are very comfortable using that as a form? Why do you continue to work on 16 millimeter?
もう率直に言うと憧れです。
Honestly speaking, it's just a pure admiration for the medium.
衝撃を受けた僕が映画がやっぱ16ミリの作品が多かったので、やっぱし映画になるというのは、僕の中では16ミリフィルムっていうのはとっても大きいです。
So all the films that I was inspired by and shocked by, those were all, on films, and so, being able to film 16 millimeters means something to me, something important to me.
You mentioned something in a conversation last night, about the fact that we have two main character stories within this film, and when you finished filming, when you were editing, one story kind of worked its way more to the forefront. Can you talk about that?
そうですね、チャンスと山吹に関してはほぼ、イコールというか、2人とも主演という形ではあるんですが、なんか別の人格というか、他の登場人物を含めて、一人の人間がその映画をこう動かしていってるようなイメージで見てほしいなと思う気持ちで作ってます。
To me, both characters were just as strong, and I hope that not just them, but all the characters included in this film, I hope that you would be able to see it so that one character, one person is, driving that narrative and the story forward. And that's how I saw the film and made the film.
Because tonight there were a couple points where you had us laughing in the audience, that when I watched the film originally, I didn't necessarily laugh out loud, but I kind of did with the crowd tonight. Can you talk about whether that was a common reaction?
いや今日笑い起きてましたね。なんかこんなに笑ってもらえるのは結構一番だったかもしれないですね。なんかシーンと見る、日本なんか特に割と真面目に見る場合が多いので。
So in Japan, audience tends to be very quiet and very serious about it, and I've never gotten this much laughter in this film, so that was rather new to me.
Okay, I want to make sure I want to get everybody involved here. I have more questions, but I want to get all of you involved. So do we have questions? Yes.
Simple question. At the very end, was he crying for joy because he had his family back?
いや、一番最後のシーンなんですけども、泣いていたのは、やっぱり家族を取り戻せた喜びで泣いてたのか、それとも別の涙だったのか。
基本的には本当に見ている人の想像力にかなり頼った作りになっているので、最後に映画を作るのは見た人だと思うんですが、僕の中では何らかの希望を、希望が限界だというには表現です。
So yes, I intentionally made it so that it is up to your imagination, and I believe that the person who's watching it completes the story, completes the film. But to me, that was a little sliver of hope for him, and that's the maximum hope that I could provide, considering the story and the circumstances.
Okay. Next question. Yes.
How long have you been filming movies for?
How long have you been making movies?
何年間映画を作っていらっしゃるんですか？
そうですね。20、24? 24, 25 years?
24 or 5 years. I mean, he's been wild. So if you start now, how long did it take to make this movie?
5 years. 2019年に撮影して、パンデミックで、上映ができない状況だったんで、2年半ぐらい、本当にとことん、納得いくまで編集しようと思って。
So I shot it in 2019, and we know what happened. So I got to spend 2.5 years, trying to perfect it. So I got to spend that time editing, so that I'm happy with the product.
So during the pandemic, it was you alone with your movie for a very long time, is what you're telling us.
いや、もう孤独な作業でした。
It was a very lonely labor.
Can you talk about one scene in particular that kind of bedeviled you and took a while to get it just right?
こうやってすごいいろんなキャラクターといろんなプロットが入り組んでいる複雑なお話を編集する上で、やっぱりもう1秒でも1コマでも違うことでやっぱり見てる人の感情を左右することってすごくあると思うんですけど、特にこのシーンが難しかったというか苦労したというか、記憶に残っていることありますか？
どこも本当に苦労したんですが、本当おっしゃるようにフレーム1秒24フレームなんですけど、そのフレームを一つ変えるだけで本当変わったりするんですよね、表情がよりの世界とかでそれで一回そこが変わると全体がまた感じが変わったりしたりするので、そういうのを動かすのを何百回見直したりして、100回以上は見直してますね。
全部
そうですね。
特にここに残ってここが
全部そうなんですけど、特に山吹はセリフが少ないので、表情で語っていくことが割とカットの中で多いので、だから山吹の寄りのは本当に工夫した、特に交差点での立ってるところのあたりとかっていうのは随分苦労したなとは思います。
So I would say that every scene in the film, because 1 second has 24 frames, and just changing one frame changes the character's facial expression, and that changes the whole impression of that scene. And especially with Yamabuki, because she doesn't have a lot of lines, so she does a lot of acting with her face. So changing the cut, especially with her close-up, changes the whole scene. So if I shifted the scene, change it, then the rest of it needs to shift slightly because it gives a different expression. So throughout the whole movie, I was struggling with that.
Okay. As a filmmaker, how it feels for you to be part of a series that's bringing, in this case, new films from Japan to New York City. You're part of a group of 5 other films. What does that mean to you?
今回は他の5人の日本の監督さんの作品をシリーズとしてその一作として上映させていただいているわけなんですけども、世の中で世界中でいろんな映画フェスティバルですとかやっていると思うんですけども、今回こうやって他の日本の5人の監督さんと一緒にこのシリーズの一つとしてニューヨークの皆さんに見ていただくことですね。
そうですね。他の映画も何本かは見てるんですが、とても日本独特のというか、個性豊かな作品が集まってるなというふうに、思っていて、それがニューヨークで、特に僕の映画はアメリカ初上映っていうのがあったので、ニューヨーク含めアメリカの人たちにどう捉えるのか、他の作品もそうですけどどう捉えられるのかっていうのはとても他の作品に関しても興味があります。
Yes, I checked out other directors' films as well, and I really found that they're very unique and very Japanese color, Japanese-ness to it, all of the selections. But especially my film being, my first time showing my work in the U.S., so I was very interested in how my work would be perceived to the audience in New York, and I was also interested to see how other films in this series would be, accepted, and what kind of feedback they would get.
All right, everyone. Juichiro Yamasaki. Thanks.
ありがとう。